How's everyone doing? I just got back from the Philadelphia ARG Nationals. Uh, I'll go over my tournament report and how I did, and the multiple tournaments I went to. On Friday was the ARG Players Championship. What that was the top 32 players that accumulated the most credit in the ARG events throughout the year. Got to play off in a double elimination tournament. I got very lucky and I ended up winning. Here's the big trophy for the ARG Players Champion. I also got my Richmond trophy, which is pretty cool too. Say Richmond, Virginia, my name and stuff. Um, so I'll go through the deck list real quick. I played essentially the same deck on both days. It was like 3 cards. So 3 Maxi, 6 Jews. I don't think there's no reason you should play like 5 or anything. 2 Denkos. They weren't that bad. Pretty good. Sorcerer, Shirt, Exa, my favorite card, Tragodia, 3 Valk, 2 Brio, Double Clow, Triple Unicorn, Gungear, Decisive Armor, Cataster. He was really good. He lets you do a lot of rank 4 plays. Prep, Book, Rageki, 6 Mirrors. Yeah. Double rotor, or triple rotor actually, and bottomless trapple. This is played for the main event in the Players Championship on Friday. I played enemy controller instead. I didn't really like it. My friend Aaron Furman told me to play it, and he was playing like 3 or something crazy, but I ended up hating it. The side deck I played Mirror Force, Solemn Warning for Cosmo, Double Blackhorn. Blackhorn got worse in the tournament because they ruled that when your opponent pendulum summons more than 1 Klee guy, you can't flip Blackhorn at all, which is kind of ass. I didn't realize. I heard the ruling, and what I thought was, say they pendulum 3 guys, I can flip Blackhorn and kill 1 of them, but apparently that wasn't even the case. Double Mind Crush, Triple MST, Dark Hole, Triple Shared Ride, the second Tragodia, and for the Players Championship, I played Side Blocker because I didn't know what to side deck against Cosmo, so I would call like Honest or whatever. But in the main event, I played Majesty's Fiend instead. Let's go with the extra deck real quick. Double Herald, Titan, Double Dweller, 101, Rhapsody, Felgrand. Put Felgrand in against for Cosmo. So if I'm scared of Honest or something, I can make Felgrand and detach and target their Farm Girl. And if they don't have a guy in hand, I can just attack over Farm Girl and they can't Honest Farm Girl because of Felgrand's effect. Castell, 101, Dire Wolf, Cowboy, Star Eater, Emerald. In the main event, I played a Trapeze Magician for Cosmo as well, because I had a cool ruling where if you have Trapeze Magician another guy, and you attack with the other guy into Farm Girl and they Honest, he won't take the 15 because of his effect. And for the Players Championship, I played a second Emerald instead of him. So overall, this is my deck. If I had to make changes, I might side Deck Lockdown, because that's really good against Cosmo as well. It does essentially like what you want it to do, like Dweller and stuff. Move this over here. So my matchups on in the main event is round 1 and 2 had a bye. I had the 200 points. Round 3, I played Yang Zing. So I had 2 buys, and I usually would lose round 1 anyway. It's really hard. So my first round 1 I had to play was Yang Zing. He was a really nice guy. I was really fortunate to play all great people throughout the day. That's something that's always a plus for me in these events. All 3 games he won first because I won the die roll, and he was set 3 back on a monster, and I summoned Jew and I got skill trained all 3 games. I almost pulled it out game 3, but I ended up losing to Torrential and Necro Valley, so I was just overwhelmed. But overall, I think he ended up doing pretty well. He went X3, I believe. Round 4 played against Cosmo. I drew really fortunate, and while he didn't. At a certain point in the game, he like normal summoned an Honest and passed. I'm like, oh cool, I can deal with both Honest in one hit. Round 5, I played against a Klee player, I believe. It might not exactly be in order, but like 5, 6, and 7 or something like that. I played Klee. Game 1, I won because he didn't use Scout. I got very fortunate. Game 2, it was a really complex game state. He had like Iron Wall, lose one turn, a double scale. He went through 3 chicken games. And he had a normal summon, or a tribute summon, Cephalopod. Well, I had to like Kaleidoscope and make an Exciton in defense mode and a Gungear. This is that same game where I realized Blackhorn can't hit more than one monster at all when they Pendulum 2. So that was unfortunate, but I ended up winning that game, luckily. Round 6, I played against Cosmo again. I had to make a huge play in one turn, otherwise I'd lose. I had to jump into a shared ride and make him draw 3 cards, I believe. I ended up winning that one. It was a very close game. Round 7, I played a person in my local area named Jared Zenimore, playing Hero. Fortunately for me, I drew like a little bit better than him, and I just won. Round 8, I played against Mike Albanese. I played Mike Albanese in both the Players' Championship and in the main event. In the main event, I draw really well, apparently, against him. I drew preparation rights, and in time, I got lucky and cleared all his back row in the final turn of time. And I had a unicorn hand, and I topped like Manju, and I made Cowboy for game. I felt bad, but it's like, whoa, this is my deck really likes me today. And round 9, I played against Nekroz. The Nekroz deck, game 1 I won because he just ran out of cards to play, I believe, and that's when I finally made the move, and I just beat him with that. And game 2, he didn't draw too well, and when he made a play, I flipped shared ride, and then when he special a monster, maxied him. And since we already both were supposed to make it, he kind of just played freely, and I think I started my turn with 13 cards or something crazy like that. So in top 32, I played against the Teller Knight guy. He had a misunderstanding of Decisive Armor and Gungear's effects. So I had Unicorn board, and he made Delteros and attacked it. And I acted Decisive Armor on Unicorn. So Delteros died. He brought out a guy from deck. And then he flipped Call the Haunter on Delteros again and attacked my Unicorn again. And he didn't realize that Decisive Armor gave him 1,000 plus. So that was unfortunate. And the same thing was a worse one was on Colossus. I had a face with Colossus in a different game, and he went to Dark Hole it, and I chained Gungear. Then he played a second Dark Hole. That was a big error, I believe. I ended up winning that one in time, luckily too. I got real lucky in that one. And then in top 16, I played against the Burning Abyss player. I lost this one, and I'm still a little kicking myself for it too. Game 1, I won. Because I went second, and he didn't draw too well, and I just had Maxi when he made his play, and I made a double Dweller to win. In game 2, he had a large field, and I made an Exciton Book of Moon play, and luckily cleared everything. But at a certain point, he had a Dante in defense mode without materials, a Magic Speed in attack mode, and 1 card in hand, while I had a defense mode Abyss Dweller while I was at 4,000 life points. And my hand was MST, Dark Hole, Gungear, and Colossus, and my graveyard had 1 ritual spell in it. He also had a Breakthrough Skill in his graveyard, I remembered, because he made Nightmare Shark for 2 turns. I was curious why he didn't make Dante or anything. So, how I played it was, I was at 4,000, and there's no monster in his deck that he could draw to just win right away. Like, even if he drew, say, like a Mathematician, the Mathematician and the rest of the monsters wasn't enough to kill my 4,000. So I saved the Dark Hole in case I drew a Jew the turn afterward. Like at worst I can just play Dark Hole the turn after. Because I don't want him to add back a card with Dante. Because all I'll be doing is bring out Gungear and hoping Gungear sticks. So I might as well, just save the Dark Hole, let the Dweller set for a little bit. So I passed. On his turn he drew, and either he drew a monster or the enemy controller. I'm not quite sure, but I think it was the enemy controller. He summoned Maxi and he tribute for enemy controller and he attacked for game. So I was like, damn, I could have won, but I got really greedy. And then game 3, he went first, he set 3 back row. And when I drew, he shotgun flip mistake, and that's how I essentially just lost. My hand was like Jew, prep, and just Colossus. Well, overall, Oh yeah, and then the Players Championship too. Real quick, I remember their names. Round 1 I played Casey Barbie, playing Nekroz. Luckily I won in time. He was ahead in life, and when I made a play he flying seat, and then I had to just push with a gun gear play, and luckily he didn't have Valk or anything. Round 2 played Mike Albanese. It's probably the best I drew all tournament. He went first, game 1. He revealed Rubik at max seed, and he set 3 back row, or 2 back row. I drew, and I summoned Denko, and I had like Unicore, Kaleido, Mirror, Preparation Rights. Round 3 I played against Fletcher Thomas. I remember his name because I kept asking him that. He played Klee, and turn 1 for him, he made a big board. His board ended up being like Scout Monolith, a face down card, and a tribute summon guy, and he drew 2 in the end phase. But he was at like 56 because he paid with Scout 3 times. And on my turn I made a big board ending with Decisive Armor, and I just pushed through for game, because if I let it sit, he'll bring back like 5 guys next turn. And then game 2 he didn't draw too well, and my Tragodia kept taking his guys. I ended up taking double Carrier, and I just won with that. In top 4 of the Players Championship, again it was a double elimination tournament, and no one was exactly sure how it worked, but all I needed to know was at what point, if I lose twice, can I get stuff. And at top 4 when I played Jeff Jones, it was like, oh cool, I get stuff at least at this point. I was scared to play him because he probably had the best tournament of the deck. I mean the best deck of the tournament, at least for this one. He was playing Cosmos with the Cyber Dragon variant, so it summons Cyber Dragon Core and adds Cyber Network. And what Cyber Network does is when you control a Cyber Dragon monster, you can banish a light machine from your deck, and whenever Cyber Network will be destroyed, you can special summon as many light machine banished monsters as possible. That was like a really cool thing. Like I was already struggling enough to play against regular Cosmos, and now there's like this better version. But game 1 I lost really quick because my hand was like just kind of bad. And then game 2 and 3 I got really lucky. I drew Solemn Morning and Preparation of Rights. Then I ended up in the finals for the winners bracket. I played against Patrick James and his Nekroz deck with sticks and chairs. I ended up winning that match, and I felt really lucky because I have to lose twice now in the finals. So while watching the losers brackets finals, that was Jeff Jones versus Patrick James. I was really hoping Patrick would win because I didn't want to play against. Because the reason being is I'm comfortable playing against Nekroz. Not to say that one player is better than the other or anything, but I'm more comfortable playing against Nekroz. I had way more testing against it than Cosmo. And on top of that, there's new build of Cosmo that I haven't seen, like the Cyber Dragon cards and stuff. So Patrick James ended up winning, and I was very happy for that because I get to play a Nekroz mirror in the final. The first match I lost in game 3. I opened double Jew, double shared ride, thinking I was going to win this game easily. And on his turn, he summoned Stick and revealed 3 chairs. 1 off the search, and oh man, I just ended up losing that match. And in the second match, I ended up winning. Anything special? I don't remember offhand. But overall, I won the Players Championship, and I won. I got top 16 in the main event. I ended up getting a flight for the Players Championship, hotel accommodations, a token made after me too, which I chose DNA surgery, and I have the whole squad wearing these masks. I won a PS4, and also I think that was it. And for top 16, I got $300 store credit, and I won another flight, so I have 2 flights to future ARGs. Well, thank you everyone for watching this video this long. It's a pretty long video. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me.